Every day, eyes are watching. In classrooms, offices, and digital spaces, people notice how you speak, how you respond, and what you stand for. Without preaching a sermon, your life tells a story. The question is simple, yet searching. What story does your life tell about Christ? Welcome back to the Dear Youth series. In our previous episode, Living Clean in a Culture That Pushes Sin, we spoke about guarding the heart and choosing purity when the world pressures us to compromise. Living clean is not only about what we refuse to do. It is also about how we actively reflect Christ wherever God places us. Today, we ask how a follower of Jesus Christ can shine faithfully in school, at work, and online. Scripture gives us a clear calling. Philippians chapter 2 verse 15 says that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. Shining does not require loud words. It requires a faithful life. In school or in the workplace, shining for Christ often becomes hardest where relationships grow complicated. Deception, backbiting, and betrayal have almost become common and they wound deeply. Words spoken in secret destroy trust, and unfair treatment can stir anger, depression, and even abusive behavior. Scripture does not ignore these realities. Psalm chapter 34, verse 13 tells us, "Keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking guile." A follower of Christ chooses honesty when lies seem safer and restraint when gossip spreads. Shining for Christ includes refusing to harm others for personal advantage. It means responding with self-control when misrepresented and choosing truth when tempted to manipulate outcomes. Proverbs chapter 20 verse 22 instructs us, "Say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait on the Lord, and he shall save thee." God calls his children to trust him with justice rather than taking it into their own hands. At work, competition and insecurity can at times give rise to harsh speech and betrayal. Yet, Scripture calls believers to a higher standard. Colossians chapter 3 verse 23 says, "And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily, as to the Lord and not unto men." Integrity in difficult environments becomes a powerful witness. Christ-like restraint reflects a different kingdom. How do you shine for Christ online? Online spaces reveal character long before a conversation begins. Profile names, images, language, and tone quietly communicate values. Even without posting a word, how a person represents himself or herself online can either reflect Christ or contradict his character. Proverbs chapter 4 verse 23 reminds us, "Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life." What fills the heart shapes identity. Shining online also involves discernment in what is watched and consumed. The content a person dwells upon influences thoughts, attitudes, and desires. Psalm 119 verse 37 offers a prayer worth remembering. "Turn away mine eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken thou me in thy way." Private viewing shapes public behavior. Digital spaces often normalize content that dulls conscience and weakens spiritual sensitivity. Choosing restraint, even when unseen, is an act of faithfulness. A Christ-centered online life seeks purity of mind, moderation, and wisdom. Not every trend deserves participation. and not every opinion requires a response. Shining does not mean hiding faith. When questions arise, Scripture guides us. A gentle response opens doors that arguments never will. Shining for Christ is not about perfection, it is about daily surrender and faithful choices. As you step into classrooms or workplaces and digital spaces, ask God to shape your words and actions. And as always, share your thoughts and questions in the comments and send in your prayer requests to the form in the description. Let us choose today to live in such a way that wherever God places us, His light becomes impossible to ignore. God bless.